Howdy all y'all. It's time for cake. I have been so dang busy. I have completely reworked the way my smelteries were running. I have laid a lot of pipe, take that as you will. And I have been trying to basically get set up to fully automate all my ore generation. Now, if you were here last time around, you know we set up that dust sifter that's behind me to my right. And what we're going to do today is we're going to add sand and gravel to that list, among other things. But first, let me show you some of the changes I made. For starters, over here I'm using reinforced servos top and bottom. And these are preventing powdered lead and powdered all that other stuff from getting in here. Meanwhile, they're shoving it all into this box here. Now, I dumped my leftovers from my other ore box, my other ore chest, where I was hand hammering stuff in here. So that's why all that's down there. And then that's going over here. And man, look at this. It's been stacking up while I've been working. I mean, it's not fast, but it gets there. It will get there. So underneath this chest, well, I'm going to have to go downstairs in a second anyway. Anyhow, I'm going to have the other two chests here, and there's a trick to having three chests side by side that aren't connected. We'll get into that in a few. But let me go downstairs here so we can follow this. Okay. That is our pipeline leading up into our sorting system. And this over here is those 3 blocks right there. So that is the chest that all of the dust stuff goes into. And this here, this is the chest that all the completed, compressed, and packaged dust goes to. Now you notice this is not turned on yet. It goes over here. And we can look and see that way back there, it's not connected to this other pipe. But we can see that way back there it comes up again. And that's where life gets kind of interesting right now. There's our sorting stuff. Here's where it comes up. It comes up into this little chest here. And I've got this servo set up to whitelist gold, platinum, nickel, lead, and copper, which will not alloy. None of those alloy. That all goes into this smeltery. And this one here is set up to whitelist silver, aluminum, iron, and tin. Again, none of which alloy, and they go into that smeltery. Alright, so far so good. Head upstairs real quick here. Okay, here's our lava input. I shifted where the lava tanks were in order to be able to do this. All that stuff comes up into these smelteries. Now what we're going to do, we got these fluid ducts here that are not... What are you doing in there? How do you even get in there? We got these fluid ducts here that are not currently activated. I need to set these things up so that each one of them is on a whitelist. And I'm going to use a bucket system to whitelist different kinds of molten metal. So each of these will pull one kind of molten metal, fill up its own basin. It will not stall the other molten metals once its basin, say this one gets half empty or half full of copper. Normally, if you only have one basin, you're stuck. You've got to put more copper in, or you've got to break that basin if you want to pour something else. Why is stuff getting in here? How is stuff getting in here? That's real curious. I'm going to have to look at my pipes. But the way this is set, new fluids will just get pulled into their own basin. So let's go take a quick look at my pipes over here, because this is concerning me a lot. Okay. Nothing should be going in there except stuff coming from this chest. And in fact, that shouldn't even be connected right now. Oh, you know what I think is happening? Oh, let me see here. Oh, yeah, okay. Those are all connected already into the other system. So those are connected to the sorting system. Get over here. This is a little tricky. And that means occasionally stuff coming out of here that goes down this pipe to the sorting system over there is getting confused coming up here and going into the casting basins, because a casting basin, oh, that was close. Casting basin is a valid inventory. That's the word I wanted. So until I get those pumps going and get those inventories filling up from over here, stuff can come up and get in there, which is kind of annoying, like that. What I should do, is I can have a chest down there maybe or something with an outgoing pump to act as kind of a back pressure thing to prevent the stuff from coming in here. Whoops, let's not put our pick in there. That ain't helping none. Alright, so to make this happen, I'm going to need buckets of each kind of molten ore. Well, it takes 1,000 millibuckets to make a bucket. So each bar of ore, each ingot, is 144. So since the smeltery doubles dust that gets in it, that means each dust is going to get me 288. So to make this thing work, I'm going to need 4 dust of whatever kind. So I'm going to start out here with 4 aluminum. Come here, you. 4 iron. 4 tin. Yeah, tin's in that same one. No nickel, no lead, no copper, no platinum, no gold, silver. Let's just drop that there. Okay. So that's how we're going to set that up. And what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to, I have a hopper. I thought I had a hopper handy. Let me get over here to my quest chest. Hopper. So we're going to set this thing up over here with a hopper on it. Time being. And I'm going to put in my 4 iron, 4 aluminum, 4 tin, 4 silver. And it's just going to get to work melting all that stuff down. We'll come back in a couple seconds. So to finish this out, what I'm going to need to do is duplicate this set, except for I'm going to leave off the first step here, and then that'll make me sand instead of dust. This is making cobble into gravel, gravel into sand, and sand into dust, which is sieved. So for the next one, I'm going to want to leave off this last step, so I'll only have 2 hammers, and the third one I'll only have 1 hammer. So to do that, I got to make a chest that will not link with the other chests. Now the way we do this is we make what's called a trap chest. And to make a trap chest, I'm going to need, I'm going to need some planks. And I'm going to need a stick. I'm going to need an iron ingot. That gets me tripwire hooks. Now I take that chest, put a tripwire hook on it, and there it goes. It's not shapeless. Right, because it's basic Minecraft. Now it's a trap chest. Now I can put that trap chest over here. Which way is this pointing? That way. Okay, I can put this trap chest here. See that little red light on it? Notice it did not connect. They are not connecting. So now I can have 3 chests in a row over here. No trouble at all. So I'm going to put 1 more chest. Actually, I'm going to make another trap chest real quick, because those are just handy to have, and it'll get that out of my inventory. I'll put that back in here. Trap chest will link to another trap chest, so got to be a little careful with that. Okay, so now I have 3 single chests side by side, all feeding into this thing. The only problem is that, yep, see, it's getting stuff in it because it doesn't have an outbound active servo. Yep, that's the same problem that's happening over there. We'll clear that up in a little bit. Let's go see how this is doing. Alright, so we got, that's the hopper. 8 ingots, aluminum 8 ingots, iron 8 ingots, and silver 8 ingots. Now if we mouse over this, we see each of those is over 1,000 millibuckets. That's exactly what we want. So I'm going to take this out of here, and I'm going to put a bucket in there. And then I'm just going to tap that, and that's going to give me a bucket filled with tin. There we go. I got myself a molten tin bucket. So I'm going to come over here to my filterings area, and I'm going to... Should that even be connected up there? That should not be connected right there, should it? Nope. Okay, hang on. Boom. There we go. Alright. Yeah, so where was I? Buckets. Molten tin bucket. Molten tin bucket. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to click on this servo. I've got it set to whitelist. I'm going to put the molten tin bucket here. And then I'm going to hit ignored, and that sucker immediately starts pumping molten tin into this basin, which is exactly what we want it to do. Now I'm going to come over here. I got this portable tank. I'm going to clear my molten tin bucket by dumping molten tin into the tank. Okay, the tank's bottom is blue, so it's in input mode. So I'm going to take my wrench. This is sitting on top of a drain. The drain is pointing down. So if I right-click this, it goes right in there. And we're just going to repeat that process for each of these other things in here. So I'm going to put my empty bucket. Fill that up with aluminum. Molten aluminum bucket. Empty bucket. Oh shoot, I shouldn't have done that. Okay, now I only have half of an aluminum bucket there. Well, there's an easy fix. We go over here, dump our aluminum bucket into the tank, click it again. What ain't you doing? Oh, because aluminum ain't on the bottom now. Make sure our aluminum's on the bottom. Try that again. There we go. Excellent. Put an empty bucket in. This time we do it right. Come over here. Make sure something other than aluminum is on the bottom of this. So we got 1 ingot there. The reason why there's still tin in here is that if we come over here, why aren't you pumping tin? Whitelist, molten tin bucket. Oh, it's not on the bottom, that's why. Alright, once stuff starts seeping toward the bottom, that'll all get fixed. Okay, so currently I've got an empty, just an empty bucket in there. I've got a bucket of aluminum. So let's put iron at the bottom. Now we're going to have a molten iron bucket. Okay. While I'm over here, I'm going to move silver to the bottom, which is the only one we have not done yet. Come over here to this, and I'm going to whitelist. I'm going to hand it aluminum bucket, and I'm going to tell it to ignore redstone control. Come over here, whitelist. I'm going to hand it the iron bucket, tell it to ignore redstone control. And 1 to go. We got 1 to go. And that should be on the bottom right now, and that's silver. Yep. Okay. So I need to dump these 2 out. There. Okay, and that gives us our buckets back. So we're going to make a silver bucket. And we'll take that with us. And here's the one we need to fix now. So I'm going to put my silver bucket in. Going to put it to whitelist. turn on ignored, and immediately it starts pumping silver. These start filling and our smeltery empties. So now we got all of these are part full. If we start dumping any of these in there, then they're going to fill up. They're going to turn into ingots. And down here, oops, let me put this back. Down here, they go into this item duct. And that item duct is going to carry them all the way over here and start filling this up. Now this means that we have to pay attention if we want to make an alloy in these smelteries, because they want to dump out stuff. So if you want to make an alloy that's going to use iron, you got to come over to your iron tube here, and you got to turn off the redstone control. Set it to high, and that way it will not be on. And then you can pour iron in here and it will stay. You can pour ferrous in, make your invar, and you can pump it out over here in these two manual spots that I've left. But for now, we want that sucker on. We want to process. So what I'm going to do real quick here is I am going to put this on hold, and I am going to finish out those other 5 on the other one and get that set up to auto bucket, and then we will connect it, and I will be right back. Alright, that took a little bit of work, but now we're back and we got decent results to show for it. This one here is processing molten silver, molten iron, molten aluminum, and molten tin. You can see the smeltery is emptied out. And we got over here lead, copper, nickel, gold, and shiny, which is currently empty. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go downstairs here, and I'm going to turn on the servo that pulls from this chest right here. And so what we should see happening when we go back upstairs is we should see those smelteries filling on up. And there should be no alloys. Alloys are not allowed. So what I'm going to do now is go up here, turn on this puppy. Now we got to make sure that we put the hardened fluid duct back in there so it can reach. Oh, that's no, I don't need a fluid duct. I need an item duct. I'm an idiot. Item duct. 1. Alright, now that should go in there. And if we look up here, we ought to see this chest starting to empty out. Yep, 22, 18, so it's starting to process. That's all aluminum it's dragging out right now, so that all ought to be going into the right-hand smeltery. It may take it a moment or two to get here. Uh-oh. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to turn on this chest down here. So now it's stacking up in here. There's our aluminum. So I'm going to take this servo, and that's going to be silver, aluminum, iron, and tin. And I'm going to turn that on. And I'm going to take this servo with our gold, platinum, nickel, lead, and copper. Turn that on. Now this chest ought to start emptying out into the smeltery up above. And it is. And as soon as that fills up, it ought to dump down into here. So as soon as this melts, we ought to see it just drain right off. It ought to just drain off. And right now, since we're putting large quantities of each of these in at a time, because we got that backlog kinda, you know, it's gonna not put in the other stuff till it's emptied out this part. There it goes. And that filled up, and there goes that block. There goes that block. Why ain't you going nowhere, block? That's interesting. Well, that's a block of aluminum. Yep, that was a block of aluminum. Now it's pouring more in. Let's go downstairs and look at the thing for taking that out. Okay, it says it wants to take it out. It's connected to that pipe over there. It's all connected. It should go down here. We're going to have to check this out. One of our connections somewhere ain't doing what it should. Oh, that is right. I disconnected the thing over there. It's going to be a little bit interesting. Okay, what I want to do is I want to connect this, and then I want to disconnect it from the inbound pipe. So, and click. There we go. Now it ought to be emptying those all into here, and that ought to all go into the sorting chest. I ought to fill in all these holes in the floor at some point, because, man, moving around down there is a little dicey. Okie doke. Let's see now. Yes! There it went. You all saw that block go, and it's refilling. And it's cooling. There goes the block. Over here, we got gold, and we got nickel, and there goes the gold block. And the nickel block ought to be, no, it's not full up. What is it doing? Okay, it's doing more gold, I suppose. But yeah, you see how this is working now? We got, okay, we're going to have nickel coming in a minute or something else. But yeah, this is all filling on up. This is all filling on up, and it's just draining right off. It's just processing all that happy stuff. Okay, there goes our nickel, and that's filled up. It's going to cool, empty. There goes the block, and it's filling up. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. We ought to be able to come over here, and we ought to be able to see, is that's silver, ferrous, tin, aluminum. Alright, that's at 34 right now. And ferrous is at 12. So in short order, those numbers ought to be going up. And it's just going to keep on doing this little melt, fill, empty cycle. It's just starting to melt all this iron ore dust. Yeah. Good times. Good times. There goes some copper. Okay. And I'll fill it up with more copper in just a second. But basically what we've done is, because each of these things has its own basin, any leftover just sits in that basin, doesn't jam up the pipelines, doesn't make a problem for us. It's all very nice and well behaved. How's that iron coming? Good. That ought to fill any second over here. There it goes. Alright. And there it goes again. Come on. Yeah. Excellent. Excellent. So that's done. That is done. So now we can focus on getting these other things set up. So the first thing I need to do is I need to make myself some more serious servos over here. So I'm going to need some iron ingots, need some glass, hardened glass, a couple redstone, a couple electrum for each one, and a couple iron nuggets for each one. That's going to get me my reinforced servos. And I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to pick up my bits and pieces, and that apple. You can have the apple. There. So first thing I'm going to do here is I am going to take item ducts, and I'm going to take, let's put the crescent wrench on 3. So I'm going to put an item duct here, and immediately click to shut it off from that one. Nothing got in. Good. Item duct. Click to break it away. You just got to use the wrench for this. It's your only real option. And then I'm going to take my automatic sieves, put one there, put one there. I need to power those puppies. Well, let's come across. I may need to make more leadstone in a second. There we go. Did I have one coming up? I did. Okay. There we go. Alright, so we got our sieves. And each one of these is going to have an automatic hammer going into it. And this particular one on the... And then we got to, once again, duct, shift click, duct, use the wrench to separate them, duct, use the wrench to separate them. Okay, and we got to come over here and turn those off because we don't want them going on pass-through. We want them all feeding into the sieve. So what I got to do now is kind of reach in there, and I need some regular servos. I just need ordinary everyday servos. Okay. Should have done this before putting item ducts on, honestly. Okay, and let's turn that on. Redstone ignored. Yay. Do the same thing here. Redstone ignored. Okay. Come over here and here. Redstone ignored and redstone ignored. So those are all switched on. They just need to be fed. Now this one is going to get fed cobble, and it's going to create gravel for us, and that gravel will get sieved over here. But the other one is a little more problematic. You know, I might need to... Okay, I'm going to have to take these puppies out for a second here, because I forgot that I needed to turn on the... I need to do my filtering over here, so I'm going to put that there. I want to turn that on. Actually, I'm going to leave it off for a second. Can I reach that from up here to correct it? Not really. Oh, yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. But I can't do that if I've got another chest there. Yeah, no, I can't do that if I've got another chest there. Alright, I gotta do these one at a time. That's alright. So I'm going to put another one of these here. Both of those are turned off right now. I need to put one more layer onto this set. So I'm going to put item duct, use the wrench to shut it off, and I'm going to put my last hammerer up on top of that. Come over here, servo. Okay, turn that servo on. Good. So this is going to take cobble, turn it to gravel, pass it down the line, turn it to sand, pass it to this second sieve. This one's just going to take cobble to gravel to this sieve. So we're nearly done. We just need to start feeding these puppies some cobble. Well, I got this thing way over here, and it's kind of a, I don't know, part of me wants to just take it straight out from here. And I think I'm going to do that. It's going to require using the wrench to be sure it doesn't connect where I don't want it to. But I'm alright with that. So here, nope. Here, nope. Whoops. There we go. Shift click. And that should get cobble coming into it now. Except it's got no power. Well. How did I run power for that one? Well, the easy way, let's see, this sieve is going, though, both those sieves are powered. How about I come over here? That one is kind of stuck in the middle there. I'm going to have to, like, run power under it. Okay, well, that's exciting. I can do one of them right now. I'm going to have to get more flux duct. Okay. So, flux duct, whoops, nope, that's not right. There we go. Flux duct there. flux duct to there. Don't need you coming. Whoops, wrong button. Actually, that does need power. No, it doesn't, because it's already got power coming in the side. Alright, there we go. So I'm going to need to run that. I'm going to need to run that over for this one. And that's the only one I need to run it over here for, because what I'm going to do for the other two is I'm going to go underneath. I'm probably just dropping stuff into the wild blue yonder right here, but I really don't care. So I need to make some flux duct. That's going to take me a half dozen redstone. And that's going to take me some lead. I think 2 lead. And I believe some glass. It's been a little while, so I'm kind of relying on my memory here. So if you're out there watching this screaming, no, I apologize. Lead. And yes, that is the way it works. Okay. So I'm going to go down under, because we got to do a little more basement work to run this and make it nice and tight and compact the way I want it. Hey, look at that. We get to salvage these. Sweet. Okay, so that's a hammerer. I need my pickaxe. Come over here, take this out. And that exposes that leadstone flux duct there. And now, whoops. Now all these puppies are active. Good. Okay. I believe we only have one thing that I have left to activate. This one is getting power. That one is getting power. That one is getting power. This is the only one not getting power. So what I'm going to do here, just in the interest of simplicity, is I'm going to bring this up here. And it is not quite going to reach because I need to make more of that stuff. Dang. Okay. Well, this is full of cobble, so that's a step in the right direction at least. By doing it that way, you know what, I'm gonna, oh man. Okay, I'm gonna make some more leadstone first off. My mistake. I thought I did not need more than I had. Good. And some glass. And some lead. Glass, lead, and redstone. Zoom. Done. Okay. What I'm going to do here, in the interest of making my life a little bit easier and not having to go down under or in the middle of this one more time, is I'm going to run this up here. And now that thing's getting power. I'm going to turn that off. And there it goes. That is now processing cobble. And this one would be processing cobble if it had any, but it doesn't. I got to take this out. This is why I went to that trouble here, is that now, come up here, take that off, take that off. That's got power. That's got power. Okay, so I got cobble coming down from over here, and I'm just going to bring it down, turn that off. Not that I need to. I like to do that kind of thing because then I can tell when I come back and look, what is that one doing? What is it powering? What is it doing? So now we should have cobble. Whoops, we don't want that to bypass. Okay, off and off. Now we should have cobble finding its way into here shortly. Because this has got cobble coming in, and you can see here that this sifter is now running. Why are you not there? It's got cobble coming in. Okay, so we got this sifter doing dust, this sifter doing sand, And in just a few seconds, this one is going to start gravel. We are ready to roll. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is that the sifter can wait for a bit. It can hold on to what it's got coming into it. They've got their own inventory, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm not worried that I haven't put this other chest here. But when I'm going to open this chest, I'm going to see what's in here. That was interesting. Why are you activating like that? Alright, I've got some kind of a problem happening now. Oh my goodness, when I open the chest, it activates the stupid servos because a trap chest gives a redstone signal. Ooh, I cannot do what I was thinking of doing. Okay, so I'm going to have to do this the hard way now. And I've probably got some stuff in my system that I don't want happening in it. Going to have to look out for those and see where they come up. Man. Alright, that was... Well, I'll find those later. I'll find the problem children later. Here's how we solve our problem. First thing we're going to need to do is we're going to take the stuff we want to come in here. And that is... I need to clear space. I need to dump those back in their tanks. Okay. Alright, so the stuff we want to come in here is we want all of this powdered stuff coming in here. So we're going to open this up. There we go. We're going to open that one. We're going to leave it on blacklist. And I'm going to put crushed gold, crushed lead, crushed silver, crushed aluminum. Whoop. Displace the gold, so it has to go back up. Tin. It's hard to see. Iron. Be easier to see if I got rid of this. There we go. Nickel. And copper. Alright, we're missing one. We are missing one. Dang. Alright, so that's on a blacklist. We can't be missing one because things will come through. So I'm going to scratch this. I'm going to go over here to my whitelist instead. I'm going to use the whitelist. I'm going to whitelist this. And I'm going to say gold, lead. We're missing shiny. That's what we're missing. Because that's silver. So we're missing the other blue one. Okay. So since this is a whitelist filter, eventually some shiny will get stuck in this chest. And I will find it and I will put it in this filter. Now I'm going to turn that on to ignore redstone. That way the trap chest will not affect its performance at all. Open the trap chest. I got cocoa, Certus quartz, cactus seeds. I'm going to immediately add those to this whitelist. I'm going to put Certus, cactus seeds, cocoa. And once again, I'm going to tell it to ignore redstone control. Okay. The gravel is stacking stuff up very nicely. So we need to find the other things that are going to be a problem in that for sieve and gravel. So we know cactus seeds are one. I'm going to go over here. Cactus. And that's what I want. Alright, and we get those from the sieve as shown. So the other stuff I want to block. I want to block charged Certus quartz, amber, quicksilver, exotic seeds, yellorium. So, exotic seed, whoops, amber, yellorium, what's the other one? Charged quartz dust. You charged? You're charged. Okay. I could come over here and just look at my wall and try to play what didn't I put in there yet, but bad idea. Okay, so we got our Certus crystals in there. I'm going to put amber, charged Certus crystals. How come I got 8? Certus, charged Certus, amber, yellorium, Cocoa beans are up there. Exotic seeds. And just to check this, we're going to go back into NEI. We're going to do our left click here. Now this is 9 things. And it's 2 levels, so there's 18 items. So that means that there are 9 items, I believe, 9 items that would be going in that other filter. So Yellorium, 1, 2, 3. Ancient seeds, I'm missing that. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How come that didn't add up? Alright, let's try it the other way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's right. Oh, right, I missed these. Okay, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so I should have 9 items in each filter. Now, I know I don't have shiny dust here. So let's check this. I'm missing 2 things. I know one of them is ancient seeds, and the other one is quicksilver. Okay. Now, I'm going to put all this stuff in here. And it should just start filtering it into, it should filter the good stuff into this chest. So we should be seeing that happening over there. As this comes up to 4, there it goes, it's taking them out. And the other stuff should be sailing off to go to our array over here. Now the question is, do I even have a thing? Ancient spores, yes I do, excellent. In fact, I've got more than one of them now. Okay, let's grab one of those. And that's going to finish out our filter here. Put that in there. Put that in there. Away it goes. And right now we should have 2 ancient spores. And in short order we'll have 3 because it'll pump it all back. Okay, now we get to put the last dang chest down. Where did I put that? That's interesting. I think I must have put it over here. Well, that's a trap chest. Can't use it next to another trap chest. Okay, trap chest, a couple reinforced servos. Oh, I see what happened. I put everything away. Alright, and put you on. I shouldn't need you. Okay, so another chest. Oh, shift. Reinforced servo. And no, come on. Alright, we'll do it the hard way then. Reinforced servo. There we go. Those are turned off. So this chest should be filling up with stuff now. And I can see right away I got some things here I'm going to want to whitelist. So I'm going to put both of these things on whitelist. And I'm going to put ignore. And since they're both going to be whitelist, until I put something in them, nothing should be coming out of here. Okay, so flint, apatite, diamond, lapis, glowstone, bone meal. We're going to whitelist those for the bottom here. So we got bone meal, apatite, flint, lapis, and diamond. Glowstone dust. Shouldn't that be someplace else? Let's see, more comes up. Emeralds, coal. Put some emeralds in there. Coal in there. And we can just dump all these things back in because we know they're going to go away. I'm pretty sure glowstone dust was in that other chest. Easy way to check. Oh no, wait, this is gravel. Alright, let's look at glowstone dust. How do we get you? We get you... Nope, that's netherrack. Oh wait. There, that's what I want. That comes from dust. Okay, so that glowstone dust, I'm not sure how I got hold of that, but that needs to be over in the dust chest. I'm going to go over here. That's our dust chest. And I'm just going to put the glowstone dust in, and away it goes. That's a good sign. Okay. Emerald. Yeah, alright. Drop the emeralds in there. And now we got 9 items here. That's what I want to see. So I'm going to go to this one. That's our other whitelist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now I can just dump all these back in, and they should all go away. And if I look over here, I ought to see all that stuff happily getting turned and packaged. And if I check over here, it's getting turned into gravel. Why is it getting... Oh, right, it's getting... Oh, I forgot to do the feedback thing. Okay, so currently, this is not as efficient as it could be. The reason is that currently, the packager is packaging off... Oh, it's packaging gravel and sand. Can the smelter even deal with that stuff? I'm going to say no, it can't. Okay, I need to... Oh, no, it's going to end up down here in this chest. Thank you. Okay. Why aren't you... Oh, this is all sand. So dust is getting passed up, but sand isn't. To complete this, what I want to do is I want to have a thing on the packager that is going to take sand and is going to take... Okay, so the packager comes down here. And what I want to do is I want to have sand and gravel come back upstairs into this chest here, which is the chest where all the stuff goes that gets... Oh no, because I want those to be... I want those to be pounded on. Don't I? Okay. Huh. Okay, well the question really comes down to, can the smeltery melt those? That's my quick and dirty easy way out of this problem, and I can always change that later. So let's grab some iron. Let's see if we can't make that happen. Yeah, it's melting it. Okay, so I just need to include the gravel and the sand in the hardened servos here. Oh, that's going to mean I need to get a larger servo. Okay. Well, we are well over time here, folks. So I believe y'all can see what I'm about. And we do have automated smelting going. And it is doing its thing. You can see some dust getting melted down over here. Why are you there? That was a curious place to find that. Oh, is that connecting down there? Oh, it surely is. Okay, let's take you off that loop. You don't belong there. That's better. Okay. Good. So, what I was saying, as you can see, this kind of thing takes some tuning. But you can also see that, well, we're getting there. Stuff is being melted down. Yep, that lead's almost melted down. And when it finishes being melted down, it's going to come right over here and fill this up. So what we've got going, I mean, it certainly works, and it's certainly processing more stuff in as it's able. For the moment, I do not have sand and gravel integrated, but it is online, it is running, And coming over here, I see that I now have 25 iron, half a dozen gold, 16 ferrous, 11 tin. We got 31 copper, 37 aluminum, block of shiny. So yeah, it's working. It just needs a little more fine tuning so that I can mash up if I want to be real efficient, I should say it needs more tuning, because I could mash up the gravel and I could mash up the sand, and then I would be getting more out of it. So alternately, I suppose what I could do is I could feed the gravel and the sand into a couple more things here, a couple more hammerers, and because right now they're just stacking right here, and they'll just fill 2 rows of this once they're all built up. I could feed them into a couple more hammerers and have that feed back into another packager and feed back into this chest, and that would be one solution that would be useful. I could make that happen inline by going down here, and I could interrupt the output here, and that would be easier in terms of expensive servos, because man, a servo that would take out all the sand and all the gravel would need 18 slots, and the biggest servos I've been making are 9 slots, because man, it gets expensive and I don't have the materials for the high end. So I could do an inline thing here with a servo that would have 9 slots, grab out all the gravel, and pump that back through a hammerer, and pump that back into the packaging box. And then I could take another one that would take out all the sand, pump that into a hammerer, and pump that back into the packaging box. And then, of course, they would keep rolling through. The gravel would come down, be hammered into sand, be packaged into sand, go back up here, come back down through the sand hammerer, come back up as dust, and eventually flow through as dust. So I think I'm going to do it down here to kind of make things a little prettier and tighter upstairs, because I already have more pipes than I like over in this corner. I mean, you know, I started out with kind of the Charlie Foxtrot thing going on over there, and I fixed that up. And what we have now is 3 parallel feeds, but there is still an awful lot of piping getting routed around and ducting getting routed around, and I need to go down under and clean out that excess leadstone flux duct down there, get rid of that stuff, because it isn't doing anything now. But hey, we have automation. We have ore automation. And it is making us nice big blocks of ore, and that makes me plenty happy. Every now and again, we're just going to see a new block feed in here, a new dust block, and unless it's jammed up, why would it be jammed up? It shouldn't be jammed up. Nope. There we go. There's another block of dust. So only the dust is coming up here. Sand and gravel are getting stuck down there. I'll straighten it out. I'll straighten it all out. I'll show you next time instead of spending a lot of time on it next time, because we've now had 2 episodes devoted to this, and well, you know, it's kind of a big deal to get it all running like this. I'll show you next time, not this time. And at some point we're going to want to speed these up. We can put speed upgrades on our hammers, we can put speed upgrades on our sieves, but we want to do that all at once because they all run at the same speed currently. Nothing's getting overloaded, nothing's getting starved. We want it to stay that way. Okay, wow. Well, thank you all for your patience. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope maybe it's even been helpful. Y'all have a great day. Tell all your friends cake is good for you.